Alright guys, just wanted to make a quick little video about your new ArmBandz. I know you're excited to use them. When you get them, here's what they look like. Here's the large version. You obviously have the medium and small. Just quickly wanted to mention that when you do get them, please use them carefully and properly. The arms actually go through these red straps, not this. This is the elastic. This is what keeps it stretchy, right? And so you have to make it very clear to your athletes that when they come apart, right, it's between the red that your hands go into. Now, I know it seems kind of obvious, right? But, if the athletes are using it by themselves sometimes, which is fine, they may go and suddenly just start slipping their hands through this black elastic. And then when they try their handsprings or whatever, and then when they pull, if something happens, that is not meant to hold their arms in, right? It's the red part. So what could happen is, what happened to one of my privates, and no through fault of her own, is just she didn't realize, as if you put your hands in the wrong position, you're going to end up with something like this. Okay, so the elastic will rip, because it's not meant to hold arms, it's the red. So, again, this is through no fault of the product itself, okay, if you use it the way it's supposed. This is actually seatbelt material, the red stuff. It's really hard to rip, as you guys can see. I don't know any human that can probably rip that up. And of course, the Velcros go apart. So, just keep that in mind when you use them, and make it very clear to your kids, or just keep an eye on them when they're using them, that they put their hands in the proper position in the red part, okay? And one other thing I wanted to mention is to help you actually extend the life of these products, because they're really good. So the Velcro is actually very strong, and it can hold the athletes quite well, even the strongest ones, right? So what you actually want to do is to extend the life of the Velcro. What I actually do is when I put it on their hands or whatever, I kind of go half and half, if you guys can see that, kind of like that, right? And the reason being, one, it extends the life of the Velcro, but two, it's a lot easier, okay? It's a lot easier for them to kind of open up the armband, so that means they have to do even more work. Like usually it's 50-50, but here, if you guys can see, right, very easy to come apart. So it actually makes them squeeze a lot harder in their handsprings, roundhouse walk, or whatever you be working. So that's one way to extend the life of these things by quite a margin. And again, this part, it's really tough. Like, you don't worry about that ripping. It's just be careful of the elastic part. You don't want to put your hands in there. And if you're wondering why isn't this sealed down like this? Well, because if the whole thing was sealed down, right, this is not meant to stretch. So there has to be some give so that the ArmBandz can actually do their job and actually, give you that stretch that you're looking for, right, as you guys can see. So that's why, if you're wondering why this is an option to put your hands in there, well, that's why. It has to be there. The give has to be there. So just a couple tips that will help you guys out. And of course, the final question I get asked is, can you use this on your legs? Well, yes, you can. Here's me using them on my legs. The only issue with them is when I've tried them on the legs, of course, you can only use the small ones, because anything, medium hard, then it defeats the purpose, because you want legs tight. So the other thing is, I generally like it for standing tucks, because the safest landing position is about here, about shoulder, just under shoulder width or shoulder width, and then you can sink and bend for your landings. But like when you're doing tumblings, like running tumblings, because you obviously want as tight as possible, right? So yeah, with your feet, you can use the small ones, right? Here you go, they come apart, right? No problem. So try them out with that. But again, they are made for hands, but again, the concept is the same, right? They can rip apart if athletes open their legs up really big. So try them out. Let me know how it goes with leg stuff. Of course, if you're looking for proper leg tightness, you can always get ankle mags, which are also available, which will have magnets, so that'll actually keep the feet together. So I actually use them in tandem. So you get ArmBandz and ankle mags together, and you have this whole little system, and then the chin block if they're throwing their head back. So that's one question I wanted to answer. And if you guys have any more, feel free to give me a shout. And yeah, enjoy your ArmBandz.